Cody Rhodes opens SmackDown by reminding everyone that the winner of the Elimination Chamber will face him at WrestleMania, now that Jey Uso has picked Gunther as his opponent. Cody praises the people who have qualified before turning to Solo Sikoa. While talking about Sikoa, he is interrupted by Drew McIntyre. Drew says he feels overlooked by Cody Rhodes. Cody says not many people have beaten him since he returned, but Drew is one of them and he has not forgotten it. Jacob Fatu enters the ring to mass cheers for the first time. Fatu says he's going to go through Drew to get the title back for his family, and Drew leaves because he's already qualified for the Elimination Chamber. As Solo is shown arriving, Cody wants a piece of him. Jacob says he needs to talk to him first on some family business. Cody says he can have the first word because Rhodes will have the last. Tama Tonga asks a backstage crew member where Solo is. He doesn't know, and so Jacob Fatu flattens him and storms away. Wade Barrett talks to Trish Stratus about Elimination Chamber in her hometown of Toronto. Naomi defeats Chelsea Green to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. She joins her tag team partner Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, and Bayley. Sami Zayn speaks to camera and says his neck has nerve damage, but he's seeing specialists. He is struggling to come to terms with what has happened with Kevin Owens. Sami says that this was different to any other time Kevin has turned on him. He thinks Owens tried to end his career because he didn't help him win a wrestling match. Zayn says when he's cleared, him and Kevin are going to go again, and it's not going to be fun. A video was shown as an announcement of Michelle McCool entering WWE Hall of Fame 2025. Motor City Machine Guns defeated Los Garza with Skull and Bones. Angel and Berto put up a good fight, but the finish was decisive. A Damian Priest vignette airs, showing his victories across 4 years on Monday Night Raw. Jacob Fatu is still raging through backstage until he finds Solo. Sikoa says he needed time off after losing the Ula Fala, and the road back to the top starts with Fatu winning Elimination Chamber, but Fatu walks away. Solo stops Fatu and says, "I love you, Jacob," but Fatu and Tama Tonga walk away again. Shinsuke Nakamura enters ominously. He points out he has been hiding in the shadows, praying for a worthy contender, but LA Knight interrupts him. LA Knight says he's beaten everyone to get back to Shinsuke, and he says the test he needs to pass is LA Knight. The Miz comes out and mocks LA Knight for talking about men crying as Nakamura skulks away. Knight insults Miz, but the Miz says LA Knight will never reach the top and achieve what he has. LA Knight reminded the Miz that he sucks. He calls Miz an impotent dork in a personal and gripping mic battle. LA Knight defeats The Miz to become #1 contender for the U.S. Championship as Shinsuke Nakamura watches on from ringside. Knight calls Nakamura into the ring. They stand forehead to forehead before Shinsuke leaves. Alexa Bliss is talking to Nia Jax and wishes her luck in her match. She hopes she does better than Candice did last week. Nia says she knows what it is to be stabbed in the back by Alexa, and the screen glitches for the Wyatt Six as Bliss responds to Jax. The Miz is walking backstage and Andrade asks him if he wants to learn something. Carmelo Hayes says that he hates to see Miz disrespected, and Miz tries to recruit him as help. Melo waves off and heads to the ring. Carmelo Hayes defeats R-Truth with ease. He stands on the corner and mimes, burying his competition with a shovel again. A Street Profits vignette airs again as they are angrier and meaner again. They call out each tag team by name in a really exciting video package. Pretty Deadly are interviewed by Byron Saxton. They say they're feeling like 2 tasty snacks ahead of their championship match next week before being confronted by DIY. They will meet for the tag team gold on next week's SmackDown. Kevin Owens says his heart is broken because 3 men he loved stabbed him in the back. He says Sami Zayn doesn't know what real pain is, but Owens will show him. Kevin Owens says cleared or not, he'll see Sami Zayn in Toronto at Elimination Chamber, and then he'll know pain. Tiffany Stratton defeated Nia Jax via DQ as Candice LeRae interfered with Tiffy's prettiest moonsault ever. Trish Stratus came to the aid of Tiffany Stratton as Jax and LeRae orchestrated a beatdown. Stratus was unable to affect the outcome, being laid out by the unruly pairing as Jax then destroyed Stratton after the bell, delivering a vicious leg drop. Charlotte Flair arrives and walks to the ring. Stratton is still laid out on the canvas as Flair sets up a chair in the ring. Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton is set for WrestleMania 41 as Flair announces, "The Queen chooses you." Nick Aldis says there's been a development in the Jade Cargill situation. It suggests Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez were at the scene of the crime, while Naomi says she has been framed. Tiffany Stratton is shown backstage and is consoled by Trish Stratus. Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae at Elimination Chamber is made official. Drew McIntyre says he was once like Jimmy Uso. He says he'll be no yeeting at home with his feet up at WrestleMania. Jimmy Uso walks out a shot and then lands a super kick on Drew to leave him lying. Damian Priest qualifies for Elimination Chamber by pinning Braun Strowman following a mix-up with Solo Sikoa hitting the Samoan spike on Tama Tonga and distracting Jacob Fatu. After the match, Rhodes and Priest exchanged a handshake, both eyeing their potential match at WrestleMania 41 as the show ends.